Oh, good. You're finally waking up. I was getting a bit worried I used too much of that sleeping drug. After all, I haven't kidnapped anyone in at least 25 years. One's skills do tend to get rusty after so much time. Hmm? Oh, yes. I kidnapped you. Why do you think you went to sleep in your bed and woke up in my basement, silly? Why did I do that? Oh, well, it's a long story. Don't worry. I'll explain everything when my sweet baby girl gets back home. While we wait, do you like homemade cookies? Hmm? I just finished a batch and I was thinking I might bring you some. I know how easily a kidnapping can spoil an appetite, but you should probably eat something, if only to stave off a headache from the drugs. I realize you have no reason to trust me, but I promise these cookies are made only with love, not knockout drops. Wonderful. I'll go fetch them. Would you like a glass of milk, too? Okay, I'll be right back. Well, sweetie, here you go. Cookies and a glass of milk. I don't like to brag about this, but everyone says that my cookies are the best. Oh, right, silly me. You're tied up. Well, untying you is simply out of the question for now, so I'll just feed them to you. Here, take a big bite for me, hmm? Mmm! Oh, what a darling you are. So good at taking direction. Oh, I'm so glad you like them. Well, tell me a little about yourself, dear. I want to know more about the person who'll be living in my basement from now on. Of course, I already know some things about you, like your behavioral patterns, your address, your atrocious sleep schedule, your friends' names, things of that nature. But those are the basics I needed to kidnap you. I'd like to know more about you, the real you. What inspires you? What are your hopes for the future? What's important to you? Things like that. Oh, how interesting. Really? Why, that's amazing. I think we're going to get along well. Oh, there she is. My baby girl has finally arrived.
Hey, I'm home. Mom, are you in the basement? Ugh. Hey, I just got... Mom, what the fuck?
Audrey, language. We have a guest. Please forgive her, sweetheart. She's just a little shocked. She doesn't usually pop off with that kind of vulgarity. I wouldn't allow it.
What? Why are the two of you acting like any of this is normal? Mom, for real, what are you doing? I'm being serious. I get home and find you with one of my classmates tied to a chair. Are you cheating on Dad? Is this some kinky sex thing? Am I gonna need therapy after walking in on this?
Please calm down and don't be ridiculous. I would never cheat on your father. I love him more than my own life. This isn't for me, sweetheart. It's for you. The least you could do is thank me.
Thank you?
See? That wasn't so hard.
That's not what I meant. Oh my god, you've lost it.
Lost what?
Your marbles?
Oh, don't be silly. I never had any to begin with.
Mom, this is... I can't...
I know this is a lot to take in, dear. But trust me, don't worry your pretty little head about a thing. If you'll just sit down, I'll explain everything.
Okay. I'm sitting. My mom's gone crazy, and I'm sitting beside her captive, and I am so sorry about this.
Now then, for starters, well, remember I told you that your father and I first met at a party in college? And we exchanged phone numbers, and sooner or later we talked more and more, and eventually he invited me out to the movies, and then he asked me to be his girlfriend.
Yeah, Mom, you told me that story plenty of times, basically once a week since I was in the crib. Like, you fell in love, nature took its course, blah, 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 now here I am. I don't exactly like to think about the details, you know?
Well, oh, that was only partially true.
What do you mean, which part?
I did meet your dad at a party, but I didn't dare ask for his phone number or even talk to him. I was such a wallflower, dear. I'd have died of embarrassment trying to speak to someone as charming and handsome as your father. So, I did what came naturally.
Oh, I'm terrified to ask what came naturally.
Nothing terrible, dear. Why, I just followed him home and started, well, stalking him.
How is that not terrible?
Because I did it out of love. Oh, I devoted every waking moment to learning all about him. His schedule, his likes and dislikes, when he was most likely to be alone. And after about 6 months of that, well, unhealthy behavior.
You got up the nerve to ask him out like a normal person?
Oh, goodness, no! I kidnapped him and kept him chained in the basement of my parents' house.
Grandpa and Grandma know about this?
Well, of course, sweetheart. It's how they met, too.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. My family tree is full of nuts.
Your father stayed with us for about 5 months that way.
Chained up?
Oh, not the entire time, dear. Well, he was perhaps a bit confused and reluctant at first, but soon enough he was our willing guest. After all, we treated him better than his own family ever had. Loved him, cared for him.
You gave Dad Stockholm Syndrome?
Oh, don't be so judgmental, Audrey. It wasn't quite like that. Your father always had his own, well, darker proclivities even before we met. Learning about them while I stalked him only made me love him more. How could he do anything but fall in love with me? The one person who understood and accepted him. All of him. Eventually, I only chained him up when he begged me to do it, dear. It was consensual.
Mom, I don't want to know about that.
My point is, perhaps our courtship was unconventional.
Ugh, that's an understatement.
But it worked for us. We've been together ever since. And you can't argue with results. We've had 25 years of a happy marriage.
You're kidding, right? This has to be a joke. A weird joke from a woman with a very twisted sense of humor, right? Right? Right?
Oh, my poor baby girl. No, I'm not joking. I'm deadly serious.
You are joking. I'm sure you are. This can't be for real. And you've got to be in on it, right? Like, Jackie told you I have a crush on you, and this is some weird scheme you cooked up with my mom to ask me out or something, right?
Oh, sweetheart, I'm being honest with you. I've had to hide this for so long, and now that I'm finally opening up to you, you don't believe me. You're going to break my heart if you keep acting like this.
Well, how would you feel if you just learned you're a member of the Addams family?
Well, grateful that I come from a loving, if a bit unusual family.
Oh my god, just give up, Mom. This is crazy. This isn't even a good plot for a bad movie, and believe me, I know I've seen enough of them.
You still don't believe me? Well, all right. Let me call your father. Hello, my love. How's your day so far? Oh, that's wonderful to hear. Is that strumpet flirting with you again, darling? Oh, yes, your secretary. The one who's always all over you. Of course, my love, I'll trust you. How could I not? I know that you know if you ever did anything with her, well, she'd come down with a serious case of death by mysterious accident. Oh, my love, I adore when you say you only belong to me. But as much as I love to hear that, I was actually calling for another reason today. I finally told Audrey how we met. Darling, I know you said telling a child this kind of thing would be irresponsible, and that it could lead to her developing weird tendencies and a twisted idea of love. But she's in college now. I believe she's old enough to know the truth. So, I told her. But she doesn't believe me. Yes, please talk with her.
Hi, Dad. So, this is probably gonna sound crazy, because it is crazy. But, so, Mom kind of kidnapped my classmate. What do you mean, haha, that's so her? Dad? Has everyone lost their minds but me? She told me when you were young she kidnapped you and kept you in Grandma and Grandpa's basement for months. She's joking, right? She did what? What do you mean she tried to break your legs so you couldn't run away? Why did you marry her? Because you were into it? What do you mean you were... Oh, no, Dad, I don't want to hear that. No, too much information. Dad. Oh, I'm starting to think Uncle Bob is the only normal member of this family aside from me, and he believes in subterranean mole people. Dad, if Mom really kidnapped you and everything, why did you stay with her? I mean, why haven't you told any of this to the police? Because she's cute and loving and caring and makes a mean apple pie. Dad, do you hear yourself? Dad, there are tons of women out there who are cute and loving and caring and probably make way better apple pies than Mom, and they wouldn't have to kidnap you to keep you. You liked the kidnapping? You realize that's crazy, right? That Mom is crazy? You don't care so long as she loves you. Oh my God. God help me, I'm the only sane one left. Okay, I give up. I can't understand, but, I guess you're not gonna change your mind, so... Okay, well, I love you, I guess. Bye, Dad. If that is your real name. Bye.
Now you believe me?
Sure, why not? I'm the daughter of a dangerous psychopath and the man who's apparently okay with the idea of marrying the woman who tried to break his legs. My whole life is a bizarre true crime case, but sure, I believe you.
Now, Audrey, you're hurting my feelings. I was only trying to be a good mother. I thought getting you a gift would soften the blow of finally being honest about myself with you.
Okay, great, I get it. Thank you for being honest, I guess, but you haven't explained the, gift yet.
Well, I thought you already figured that out. You're such a bright girl.
I have a sneaking suspicion, but I would rather hear it from you.
Well, the other day I was cleaning your room and I found your diary.
Oh my God, this is so embarrassing.
And I decided to read a little.
Okay, first of all, that is very disrespectful of my privacy.
Oh, I know, but hear me out. Let's say a mother doesn't read her daughter's diary.
Well, then she's a normal mother.
Let me finish, sweetheart. Let's say the mother doesn't read the diary and she doesn't realize her daughter is depressed and can't do anything to help. That would be horrible, wouldn't it? Or maybe the girl is into drugs or being bullied, something like that.
I don't have depression. I don't do drugs. I don't get bullied.
Well, all right, but how would I know if I didn't read your...
Well, talking with me like a normal person?
Sweetheart, please don't be rude.
Reading my diary was rude, Mom.
Audrey?
Oh, God, okay, so, I'm sorry. This has just been a really crazy day. Okay, so, What exactly did you read in my diary?
Well, that you have a crush on our lovely guest.
And you decided to kidnap and keep my crush in our basement until we fall in love?
Exactly.
Well, that's insane. I'm gonna have to spend the rest of my life apologizing for this and begging on my knees that the police won't get involved. And when I'm done with that, you better believe you're gonna untie these ropes.
But sweetheart.
Mom, maybe I haven't driven this home yet, but this is crazy. Like, capital C, crazy. I don't want to be a part of something like this. It's horrible. You can't just force someone to fall in love with me and expect me to just say, oh, gee, thanks, Mom. Don't worry, I'll take good care of it. This is a human being, for God's sake, not a new puppy.
When did you get like this?
What? Normal?
So cold and ungrateful.
Mom, do you really expect someone to truly love me back if the first thing they learn about me is that my parents are crazy kidnappers who keep captives in their basement? It's sick. Maybe this stuff worked for you and Dad, but it's too weird for most people.
I was just trying to do what's best for you. I wanted my daughter to be happy, to know the happiness I found when I kidnapped your father and we fell in love.
Oh, God, please don't say that like it's a perfectly average way to meet people. We live in the suburbs, for God's sakes. The Smiths and the Joneses got married the regular way, not through kidnapping.
You might be surprised, dear.
This is so wrong.
All right, I'll untie the ropes. But please stop saying all those horrible things. I'm not crazy. I just love you and want you to be happy. Is that a crime?
Kidnapping people is indeed a crime, Mom.
You don't have to be so judgy about this, sweetheart. I didn't raise you like that.
Mom, you're... Wait. Sorry, what did you just say? What do you mean I'm being too harsh with my mom? Maybe you didn't get the memo, but she kidnapped you? Tied you up? Why don't you look more upset about that? What are you smiling about? Oh, has the whole world gone mad?
Sweetheart, perhaps you should listen to your date.
This is not a date, Mom. This is a kidnapping.
Well, then you'll notice my captive is the one who got kidnapped and isn't crying about it. Look at that expression. Are those the dreamy eyes of someone who isn't into kidnapping and being tied up? Now, perhaps you should cozy up to your new lover.
I don't have a lover, new or otherwise. This is just my crush, okay? A perfectly normal, regular, non-criminal crush. I think they're cute and I'm just a little infatuated, that's all.
She draws a lot of little hearts with your name in her diary.
Mom, stop!
Please don't be so shy. I'm sure our guest is happy to hear all about that.
No, don't just say yes. Oh, this is so embarrassing. I wish I could just melt into a puddle and disappear. And why are you acting so calm about this? You woke up to a nice lady offering you cookies? Okay, but you were tied up in an unknown place with a stranger. Shouldn't that worry you at least a little?
Oh, come on. You should be glad this is going so well.
Mom, I already told you I'm not going to keep a captive. It's not right.
But didn't you hear? Your date doesn't mind.
I heard. I just can't understand why anyone on Earth would say something like that.
Isn't it obvious, Audrey? You're not the only one with a crush. The feeling is mutual.
What?
Oh, sweetheart, you are beet red.
Did you just say you liked me too? Well, why?
Oh, look at this. Undeniable mutual attraction. You won't even have to make any threats.
I wasn't gonna do that in the first place. You really like me? I mean, you liked me before? You did? And you still do? Even though my mom is crazy and after all this trouble, I mean, really?
Sweetheart, stop calling me crazy.
Well, stop being crazy and I'll stop calling you crazy. You like me. I can't believe it. I don't know if it's right for me to even keep in contact with you after this. There's like ethics and whatever, but look, are you sure you still like me after what my mom did to you? What do you mean you're glad my mom kidnapped you? Why? Because otherwise you would have never known that I liked you, and you'd have never gotten the guts to confess to me. Huh, well, says a lot about how easy I am to approach, huh? So, wait a minute, does that mean, oh my god, this is insane.
Oh, now, it's only insane when it doesn't work out, dear.
Okay, well, it's still gonna take some getting used to. Um, so, oh? Well, yeah, I want to go out with you, but are you sure you want to? You know what? Whatever. None of this makes any kind of rational sense. This is all probably just some weird dream, and I'll wake up from it tomorrow. So sure, let's go out together. Let me untie you first, and we'll date like normal people, not like this.
Now, what do you think you should say to your mother, sweetheart?
You expect me to thank you for this?
Yes, I do.
Okay, sure. I'll play along with the crazy dream logic. Thanks, Mom. Gee, I sure am glad you kidnapped my crush and we'll live happily ever after. Now help me untie my, you know what? We'll worry about labels later, but, help me untie these ropes, okay? You're too good at knots.